So, I'm going to share with you some tips and some techniques that will hopefully help take you far when you're diving into final expense telesales. Final expense telesales is a terrific business, but it is a very boring business. You're going to be sitting here with your phone all day, sometimes hearing the negative self talk taking place within your head. And this takes out a lot of insurance agents. 90% of the agent force fails. And with final expense telesales, that negative self talk can really reduce your chance for success. So always understand that belief is the backbone of this industry. And when you start like beating yourself up, my goodness, it's tough to move forward with power and positivity. And you've got to have a very positive mind if you want everything that's going to happen to be positive that's going to follow. And I'm not saying it's unicorns and rainbows, my friends. You're going to get told no way more than you're ever going to get told yes. But there's nothing sweeter than when you get to help these great people with your powerful products, and the sale will hopefully be a result of that great work that you're going to put forth. So appreciate you joining with me. My name is Jason. I'm your friend in the business. I do run a national insurance agency, partnering with just amazing agents, selling life and Medicare and annuities face to face, and yes, in the telespace. So if you need a good work family or good resources, jasonfinalexpense.com. And thank you for joining with me today. So the first tip that you're really going to want to take to heart is use a mirror. A mirror is magical. It's a force multiplier because a lot of times we get going and we've got maybe a little bit of negative self-talk up in our head and we don't realize what's going on here. Our countenance is so important to us capitalizing. So you've got to have a mirror in front of you with final expense telesales. Take a deep look into what you look like. It'll help you have the best chance of making the wealth, because if you're in the middle of a conversation, sometimes you don't even realize what your face is showing to the consumer. You've got to be positive and powerful. You don't get a second chance to make a positive, powerful first impression. And if you start the call with a negative mindset, or this looks really bad, you're going to get beat up even worse in an industry that's negative to start with in the beginning. So a mirror, very important. It doesn't have to cost you much money. Get one from your wife, your girlfriend, your grandma. Go to Goodwill, go to the dollar store. It really doesn't matter, but get yourself a mirror. It's a magical sales tool with final expense telesales. You want to see what's going on up in your face if you want the best chance of finding success. So grab a mirror, look in your face as you communicate. And I know it may seem weird and wonky, but it's a tip that will really help you hopefully find the wealth. Number two, the next tip I'll share with you is it's important that you understand what you sound like. I don't really like the sound of my own voice, even though I do a lot of YouTube content, and I appreciate all you subscribers that watch and comment. I really do. But I don't like the sound of my own voice. Never have, and probably never will. Sometimes when we're scripting, we are our own worst all right, our own worst enemy here. And what I want you to do is script yourself and then record it and play it back to yourself. You're going to realize what you really sound like, and you're probably going to be harsher on yourself than what your client hears and may like. But this is going to help you stick and stay and last, especially when you're new. The last thing you want to do when you're in final expense telesales is to sound like a robot. Nobody's got time for that. You wouldn't want to be hearing that, and that sure isn't going to help a consumer. All the consumer's going to hear is this person's reading, gotta go. All right. So number two, the tip I'll share with you with final expense telesales is that you really want to be in a place where you listen to yourself, you practice, you drill, you rehearse. It's real magic. You want to get to the point where that script is so seamless when you're saying things. It's very important to you finding success. So number one, get a mirror. Number two, actually practice your script. You put so much time into getting your insurance license. Why wouldn't you put the same time into learning higher levels of a technique? Here at jasonfinalexpense.com, we have a 5-day telemastery program, 5 days of training. We do the script over and over and over again. It's very important that you practice in a place that won't produce a lot of financial pain when it's already going to be painful enough when you get on your first phone call. It's going to feel like this phone is a million stinking pounds. But if you practice it, especially with a good work family, it's going to seem easier, but the business isn't easy. Very simple, yes. Read the script, help these great people. But if we don't practice the script, we're going to feel kind of clunky, and you're probably not going to capitalize because, let's face it, 90% of the agent force fails because maybe they dive into financial, places where they buy the leads and they've got all that self-doubt up in the head. They don't look in the mirror and they look worried. And then they start talking and scripting and everything sounds robotic. That's a real mess. And the industry is not unicorns and rainbows, but get a mirror. Number two, you've got to really practice your script so that it is seamless with you. Number three, make sure you've got a mentor that can get you out of these places of comfort. Make sure your mentors made it with final expense telesales. Ask any potential sales trainer, how long have you done final expense telesales? Did you do this pre-C word or post-C word? How many years have you done final expense telesales? How many folks have you personally trained? What was your best year on your own pen? Over the phone, whoever is training you. It's important that you've got a mentor who's truthfully mastered final expense telesales. They're going to be able to take you far in your script by hearing little things that maybe just need to get slightly adjusted. It's amazing how a slight adjustment can fix a lot of things, no different than maybe your chiropractor. Let me tell you, with final expense telesales, a lot of insurance agents, a tiny little move different will help them get what they desire, and that's success. So this industry is amazing, but you've got to record yourself and play it back if you want to be a beast. Number three, you've got to have good mentors, vet your trainer, vet your agency. Make sure you've got people that have a track record of success. Make sure they've done it for years and years, not something that's very new, because you want to be able to learn what they've maybe learned the hard way themselves. I've made mistakes by jumping into a sales call and then kind of going a little bit of the Wild West and go, you know what? I've made 4 sales today already. I've made 5 sales. I don't got to touch my script anymore. I got it going on. And then I miss a part in the script. And you know what happens? I lose my chance of success by stepping in it. The moment that you get really comfortable, that's when you're in trouble. You're going to fall back under some old habits, some old ways. I was victim of that. Learned very quickly to never do that again. That mistake cost me a lot of money. This is why mentors can make a way for you. Make sure they've been there, done that. That's why I say vet your trainer, vet your agency. Very important that they've been an established final expense telesales organization before the C word, so they can help you eliminate some of the things that you may step into. But sometimes the script works so good, my friends, that we quit using it. This hurts agents. Like, just use the script. I know the business is boring. I know you're going to get beat up. It's negative. This industry is not like everybody buys from you. The leads will leave you with a weird taste in your mouth at sometimes too. They're going to say, I didn't send that lead card in, and you're staring at the return address label. I didn't do that. And you can like see the URL address and when they did it, and you just called them. This is a great industry, great people, but you've got to lean forth with positivity. You've got to lean forward with a great script. When you sound robotic, you won't have a great chance of experiencing real results. And no, you're not always going to be eloquent. I make mistakes all the time when I drop YouTube content. Don't beat yourself up. Build yourself up by being around a powerful mentor who's made a way for you, hopefully. This industry is amazing. It's just dynamic, but you've got to do things in a certain fashion if you want to have the best chance of finding success. No different than having a good roadmap or having a good recipe. If you want to have consistent finished product, you've got to find the time to actually follow the directions, follow the recipe, and then everything's going to look very consistent. And that's the key to you capitalizing. So get a mirror. Tip number 2, make sure that you're in a position where you listen to yourself and then play it back. Number 3, make sure you've vetted your trainer, vetted your agency so that you've got good people that it can really make a way for you and put you into a place that's uncomfortable. If you want to get good, well, you got to get really okay with being uncomfortable. It's not about doing the easy things. The business is very simple. Buy leads, talk to the great folks. Keep calling, keep calling, keep calling, and you've got to dig deep. Sometimes you want to call it quits. I get it. You're going to get told no. You're going to get told go somewhere that isn't heaven. You're going to get told I didn't do this. I got to talk to my mom. I can't afford it. You're going to hear all these things. You've got to keep yourself in a place of power and profitability, but professionalism as you proceed with helping these folks over the phone. It's going to be punishing at times, but it's some of the best paying work you've ever seen in your life. But you've got to grind. You got to go. You got to show value. Have good buddies in the industry that you can lean on that'll be there for you, that do the same thing you do. It'll make it maybe a little bit more fun in the middle of your day. Be dynamic, my friends. Be laser focused. Don't be focusing on everything. Be a master of one. And I hope this will help you win. Thanks for joining with me, my friends. We'll see you soon. And if you've got a topic you want me to take up, put it in the comments below. Be more than privileged to help you. We'll see you soon.